I have decided to look into the performance as I've noticed our games start crippling performance in multiple places. So to that, I did split the process in multi-stages. First, I've checked and looked into performance of current code state. This part is the idle state, where the scene is not loaded. I already captured those data previously with the unoptimized code, with the current code. So idle is nothing special there. There is some stuff going there, but it's not the critical. Although there's a lot of empty spaces, which obviously is not that nice, but yeah, that is what it is. This is in burst and the release. Then I'm spawning 1000 units. So I have been spawning 1000 units, and they sit idle. They don't move. They don't shoot. Just one team. So first notice is the sync check calculation hash. So this is really bad because it's just 1000 units, and this taking 3.7 milliseconds already by its own. So you can see is the process it takes. The other stuff is here is calling system, which executes. It's not too bad. And I got some after spawning. Just checking other frames. What else might be obvious? So that's the end frame. And then we're looking into the move the camera up, from close and zoom out. So we have some local to world calculations of the SkinnedMesh. So this is obviously very bad, and I found this actually is not bursted. So that's one of the tasks. Another task, how I can make it bursted, why it's not bursted in the first place. So that's zooming in and out of those 1000 units. Of course, there is 301 unit of the UL, which is Python. It's quite heavy mesh unit, so that's why the rendering also is crippling into the process and dropping my frame rate a lot. And then there's movement. There's movement. It looks is bursted, but because the movement got the sync issues, so it caused those garbage collections, so a lot of unoptimization. So now I did optimize end frame, local to frame. There's also local to frame somewhere, which is not very well optimized, and skin meshed. So I looked into those three areas to optimize it, and now I'm running on the optimized code. So I'll be spawning in batches of 200, 3 teams. So expecting that once I'm gonna spawn more units, the game gonna slow down automatically as there's more triangles on the screen. I'm gonna run first test on idle. So on the idle, I expect before optimization, after optimization, exactly the same results. Nothing special here. So now the stage will be to spawn 1000 units in total. So I'm gonna just spawn first batch. The first batch, every time it's spawning, is the longest one, and this actually is longer than expected. I'm not sure why. It's still loading. I don't know why. Okay, and there's actually bug. I don't know why there's actually 199 units, not 200 units. So this batch should be quicker. Yeah, obviously. So this is something happening with Lua, I think, a communicator, but and also they spawn in like sequentially rather than all at once. So just keep spawning. my game starts slowing down because I got a lot of triangles. There is no LODs on those units, and okay, so it's 1000 units. So I zoom out. So once I zoom out, I don't have meshes around the screen. That's okay. I'm gonna hide the icons. So LODs kicked on. So I'm gonna check now the state of the game. So this is corresponding to that area. So obviously first thing is the end frame. So the end frame where was taken, I'm gonna pause the game. End frame, which was taking quite a bit of time. And here the end frame is reduced to half milliseconds at best. And I'm multi-threaded as well. So there's various optimization and bursted most of the code. So end frame basically calculate the hashes. End frame that's specifically for the hash code calculations. That's something different. I missed out. Which one was it? Anyway, so checking for the sinks. So next thing is to look into so that's the hash calculations. I haven't been touching the targeting, but targeting obviously need to be improved. So this is the current state. There is no need for move rotation or anything like that if unit is standing, so those need to be improved. I'm looking also the physics, how to improve that. It is 11, 12 milliseconds, 15 milliseconds. So next thing is, yeah, so those, oh yeah, so zooming in. So I need to zoom in actually looking into the SkinnedMesh, right? So let's start the game. So I'm gonna zoom in, so those units are rendering, and I'm gonna record. So of course I got the rendering. So rendering is kicking on. I'm looking for the particular SkinnedMesh, but I did optimize that as well. So that should be much smaller, smaller impact now than used to be. This versus this. Just 4 milliseconds, in total 27. Right now is 0.2. And there is also LocalToParent, which now it doesn't calculate when unit doesn't move. So there is that. And obviously I'm gonna move the units, but there is bug with the movement, with the syncing movement. And once I do that, then I start cripping a lot of errors. But before I just, oh, that won't work. Okay, so I'm gonna move that. Just release the orders. There's also some orders with the book with orders. When some sending orders cause the certain lag spikes. And now I try to record. Yeah, so I think I captured before the error been triggered. I'm gonna pause. No, I think it's already. No, that's actually, I don't have yet errors in console. So this is movement, right? And this is burst movement. So it taken 6 milliseconds of the movement, just 1000 units. So I'm sure obviously we are much more capable of the burst and is much more capable of doing it. And then we got the order job, lower frame. So these are two next major areas to look up what's happening. I don't know if there is some debugging tools going on in there, some asserters, etc. But there's a lot of garbage collection here compared to the rest of the code. So yeah, that's what I've done so far. We need to look those different areas to improve it.